Okay, we should be up and running. I kinda just pressed the start button on the stream this morning, and I forgot to put a link in the Discord again. Whoops. Alright, hold on, wait. I can fix that real quick. That's not that big of a scuff. That scuff I can handle. There we go. That will do it. Gombek, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Good morning. I started a little bit early because holy crap, I am not on it today. And I'm just like, I didn't even feel like waiting 40 more minutes to start the stream. So I figured I'd just start early this morning. Finished my coffee. Yay. Yeah, me too. How's everybody doing this morning? I was up way too late last night. I made it! You sure did. It's afternoon here already. I've been up since at least 6 o'clock. I went to bed at like... maybe 1 to 2 in the morning last night. I was up really late. I woke up at 1 a.m. Oh, goodness. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you'll get some sleep soon. Hey, who knows? Maybe you'll fall asleep watching my live stream. Yo, I can head pat. You sure can. Go ahead, head pat. Head pat away. Have all the head pats you want. Alright, now I feel like the music's too low. I did that yesterday. I saw what you were cooking. It looked really good. I saw your food pictures on the Discord. We all need head pats for real? Oh god, yes. I can already feel like a little bit of a headache forming. So today's gonna be a fun day. Of course, I did this to myself. And it's not like, you know, I was up late, you know, out having fun or, you know, going out and partying or anything, right? It's like, what was I up so late for last night? I was drawing. I was drawing for like, god, nearly like almost 12 hours. I literally like pretty much like after the live stream, I pretty much ate some food and then I was like, I don't feel very good. I'll do some drawing. And then next thing I know, my friend texts me and she's like, hey, I've got dinner. Do you want dinner? And I'm like, yeah, I'm drawing. Like, so that would be great. And she came over for a little bit, had dinner. And then I just went right back to the drawing again. After that, just kept going. Oh, goodness. I finally got it. I finally got it done. So the thing that I was working on yesterday was the VTuber model. The new one. It is not ready yet. It is very much in need of like a lot of touching up, but it is a good start. It is a very good start. You should have live streamed it. I can't live stream something like that. That was too intense for me for so many reasons. Up to and including me losing literally all of my work halfway through because I had a computer crash and I had left the drawing as untitled.kra instead of saving it like, you know, like any responsible person would have. And I nearly lost 6 hours of work in one shot. I literally cried. I actually cried for a little bit. And then I remembered I have this recorder app installed. And I was like, oh, please, please, please tell me you got screenshots of all my layers. And thankfully, it did. It took like 45 minutes to find it. But I was able to find all the layers that I had drawn out. It was such, oh my God, I almost threw up. I was so stressed out. So anyways, I'm kind of glad I didn't live stream that because it would have been a disaster. I am surprised when people don't periodically save their things. Oh, Gomvic. Gomvic. How long have you been here? How well do you know me? Do you think I do anything with, like, responsible, like, with... Oh, God. Workflow? What's that? No, I just jump right into it. Just, you know, throw caution to the wind, apparently. Anyways, y'all want to see it real quick? I can put it up for a second, but it is not ready. I literally just... This is not the final model. I'm just, like, throwing that out there. Hitting Control S is automatic beat. So I do that with Kaden Live, but I don't do that with Krita, because Krita I usually don't have a problem with. And I wouldn't have had a problem with Krita. It was my own stupidity that was my undoing there. Alright, I'm gonna show it, but remember, it's just in alpha. So, hold on, let me see, where is it? New avatar. I think I saved it under alpha rain. Okay. Yay, there it is. And then let me close this so that it actually works. Yay, okay, alright. So, like I said, this is a very rough draft still. There is a lot that needs to be done with this, because, like, as you can see, there's, like, the cutouts aren't perfect on it yet. I want to, like, address the portions of it. Like, they're not layered properly. But this is how it would work. And as you can see, I'm holding a game controller in this particular, like, setup. But I should have, if I did this properly, yay! See, I can move my arms around. But that was really glitchy and not exactly great. So I need to work on, like, the animations so, like, it's not weird and wonky like that. Pretty. I'm glad you like it. It's a start. It's not what I want it to be yet, but it's at least there. It exists. Whoa, rain is now rain. Welcome to the stream, Laika. But yeah, I like this better. Things that I'm probably going to change about it. I don't like the size of my face. Also, my body feels a little too small. So I'm going to probably change the, like, proportions out a little bit more. But for what I set out to accomplish yesterday, which was to get all the layers individually cut and to get, like, the initial design phase done. Because now that this is done, and I have all the layers, and they're all cut out properly, right? What I can do now is I can go through and I can redesign it, and I can redraw it, and I can reshade it, and I can, like, tinker with each individual part. But this isn't like a regular drawing, right? Where I just draw it, and I don't have to worry about, like, what's going on behind the other things. But with this, I do, right? Like, every part moves. Like, the eye patch exists under, like, my hair. I actually have another eye under my eye patch this time. Just in case I need it. I actually plan to have a couple of weapons and to do different poses, so it's not even just going to be just this pose. I'm thinking about doing other poses too. But I really just needed, like, a very base layer to start with. Now activate the Eldritch VTuber mode. I think I have a couple of other models in here floating around. I haven't really used them very much though. Hold on, let me see what else I got. We've got Rain V2. And then Rain PNG Tuber Save. I don't know what that is. Great, now I don't even know. Oh, hey, that's my original model. Hey, there it is. Okay, what's this Rain V2? I don't know what that is. That, okay, I guess that doesn't do anything. Yay! Okay, back here, back to the model that actually functions and works properly. What's nice about this model is that like it is layered out properly and it actually like functions the way it's supposed to. Yes, it also has the cat ears and the cat tail. That's something I didn't even draw in yet. I'm just gonna be real, like, with the cat ears and the cat tail, that is something that it can wait. Like, usually I wait till the very end to add, like, details like that because it's easy. I mean, it really is super easy to add cat ears to, like, pretty much anything. But yes, that is what I was up doing since yesterday's live stream till like 1 or 2 in the morning last night. Maddie, welcome to the stream. Oh, cutie, you just missed it. I just was showing off. Cat ears can wait. Well, okay, here's the thing. The reason why Lemons asked is if I change the way my hair looks, right? Because as you can see, I was starting to do the spiky flare thing on the side. If I change the way my hair looks, I don't want it to be in front of the cat ears too much. So I'd rather draw the cat ears, like, to fit my head properly than to, like, have to go back and readjust it again. Maddie, you just missed. I was showing off the new alpha version of my model that I've been working on. Here. This is what she looks like. And as you can see, I have a game controller. It's very cool. Ah, my arms are missing, and I can switch my poses. There you go. I need to work on the animations a bit. I'm still a little, like, this is what I was talking about though, right? You see, like, how weird this is? I've got to, like, really figure out how to address the animations on this a lot better. There is so much work that needs to be done with this. But I do want it to be able to be like, ah, we're gaming now. And then I just, like, turn on the game mode and it just does stuff. The lips are a little weird. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are weird about it. I think out of all the things I did really well, though, the eye... well, okay, I'm not entirely happy with, like, how the eye is drawn. But if you look at how the blink works for the animation, that... I feel like I nailed that. Like, look at that blink. That is a very good blink. I am impressed with myself because that is not an easy thing to draw. You have to draw the opposite side of the eye. And it's weird because, like... You want to draw it almost the same way, but just lower, but it doesn't work like that, right? Like, it's upside down when it's down, so you have to draw it in reverse, but, like, not reverse. I mean, I know it's just a blank, but it's a cute blank, so I'm happy with it. When you speak, there's a glitch in the way the throat moves. Yeah, so that's because I didn't cut the layers out properly, and that's what I'm talking about. So the chest is one entire plate, and what really needs to happen is the shirt and the back part of my chest need to be separated out into 2 layers. That's why I needed to get at least this far, so I could test the parts out in software and then go, oh, yeah, I messed up. I need to cut that out. That needs to be its own layer. This needs to be its own layer. This needs to be adjusted here. Like for the arms, for example, like that can't be allowed to stay, right? Like I have to figure out a better way to hide that. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but I need to find a better way to make that work so it's not so weird looking. But you won't really know, like when you're in Krita and you're drawing this, it all looks good on paper until you get it into the software, and then you're like, oh, this cutout isn't good, this part isn't drawn right, I forgot to outline this piece, right? This layer needs to be cut into 2 other layers, maybe. I might even move the neck and the chest to their own layers, so like the neck will be on its own thing, the chest will be on its own thing, and then like part of my dress will be on its own layer. But yeah, the reason the throat moves is because it is fully attached to like one part of that drawing. But now we go to the refinement phase. So now that we actually have it, and it works, and it's functional, we could go to the final stages of the project, which is, whoops, hold on, gotta close that out, whoopsie. Which is, you know, dialing it in. Really like refining those lines out properly, cleaning up, like, I want the lines to be a little bit thicker than what I drew originally. But I think I went a little too hard on the thickness there. Rain is beautiful! Not as beautiful as all as you. Oh goodness, I am cooked this morning. Like, I woke up and when I saw Anna this morning, I was like, Anna, need go kitchen, do function thing, brain, bad. It was really like that. I was just not there. Oh, by the way, for those who wanted an update, I finally heard back from my friend Arctic, the girl who got into an accident the other day. She's doing better. She just had surgery the other day. But I figured I'd let anybody know that I was finally able to reach out to her, get a hold of her, have a conversation with her. She's doing her best. She's trying to stay strong for everybody. I'm planning on arting soon. Well, don't do it for 12 hours straight like I did. Okay, it wasn't 12 hours straight, but there was not a long, like, break in between all of that work. At least not long enough. I wish her good health. I have already let her know that the community has her back. And she was really grateful for that. Like, could I ever straight anything? No. Oh my god, I saw this great video. I sent it to Anna. I made Anna watch it this morning. I might make you all watch it, actually. It's so funny. You know what? I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube. Give me a second. We've gotta watch this. Hold on, give me a second, because it's gonna be in my history, and my oh god, I've watched, like, way too much YouTube sometimes. We have gotta see this, though. It is too funny. Alright, where is it? I'll find it. It's here. I just watched it the other night. Nope, that's not it. That's... There it is! Alright, give me a second. I'll pull it up on screen. Raven, welcome to the stream! I am that, but without sometimes. Snack, welcome! Hey, what did I miss? Not too much. I'm very, very sleepy this morning. Alright, let's come over here. Give me a second. I'll get it pulled up on stream and we can watch that video together. And I'll make sure I turn the background noise, like the music off so you can actually hear it this time. Alright, I think that'll do it. Let me just turn up the desktop just a touch so you can actually hear it. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's what was causing it to still play music. I was like, what the hell? Why is the music still playing?
Hey there, White. What are you up to?
Oh, L. I'm just playing some Angry Birds to catch a break from the investigation.
Huh. I see. Well, a question's been bugging me for a while. You wouldn't mind giving me some input, would you?
Of course not. What's the question?
Well, it's to do with you, White.
Sure, ask away. Why bring up a question regarding me so suddenly? What's L's game plan here? Has he finally caught on to me? What question could it possibly...
Oh yeah, I probably should mention that. If you haven't watched Death Note, you might want to pause here. Let's step away for a second. That's it. That's the only reason I'm pausing.
Possibly be?
Are you gay?
What?
Are you gay?
Would Kira be gay? Why do you ask?
I'm curious is all.
Oh. Would Kira be gay? Would he? What kind of question is this? Calm down, Light. Calm down. There's no way he pinpointed Kira's sexuality. What sort of clues could I have left to lead him down that rabbit hole? There's no way this has anything to do with the investigation.
So, are you? I mean, if you're not comfortable answering, then...
No. It just caught me off guard. I'm not gay, L.
Ah, okay.
Is that all?
You sure?
Excuse me?
You sure you're not?
You seem very adamant about this.
Well, it's just the way you ignore Misa so frequently, even when she practically clings onto you. I mean, if you were straight, how come you don't like her?
No comment.
And well, it's just the way you act in general.
I'm not sure I follow.
You played tennis with me.
Is it gay to play tennis now?
Sort of feels gay when you play it.
Ad hominem.
I'm not sure you're using that correctly.
It's an attack on my character.
Well, we're discussing if your character is gay.
Are you claiming I
Definitely
seem
not
gay?
an ad hominem.
Thus, I am? You're oddly passionate about this, Al.
And you're oddly passionate about defending yourself, right?
Well, I just want to set the record straight.
You're anything but straight.
Damn it, Al. This conversation has no reason to continue. I'm straight.
You're straight.
Yes, and I'll say it as many times as I need to.
I see. So, you're straight.
Yes.
You're straight.
Yes.
You're straight.
Yes.
You're Kira.
Yes. Wait, fuck.
Gotcha.
Oh goodness, that was great. I love that video. Anyways, I saw that the other day and I was just like, oh my god, that is too good. Hi, Water Pig. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Craig. I see you there as well. What are we doing today? Not much, because I was up way too late last night. I figured we'd start by chatting and then just kind of go from there. There we go. There we go. Now I can hear. Have I seen the Columbo one? I have not. Do you have a link to it? And also, is it appropriate for stream? Because the only reason I was willing to play that one is because it was, like, appropriate enough. Roblox War ain't tough, but the screaming is hilarious. Ah, yes. I'm sure it sounds lovely. I'll send it to you over Discord. What's Rain's favorite cheese? Oh, God. I love Swiss. Swiss is really good. I love a good provolone as well. I also like brie. Brie is really good. I like aged cheddar. Like really aged sharp cheddar. That's really good. I'm trying to think. There used to be this like extra sharp Vermont white cheddar that I used to be able to buy at Trader Joe's. And it was infused with bacon, and that was like one of my favorite cheeses of all time. Now I'm hungry. Me too. I only had a banana for breakfast. Here are the 3 things I've accomplished this morning. I was able to wash the dishes. I made coffee. And I ate a banana. And I think that's about as much as I've gotten done this morning. And then I dragged myself in front of the computer. I was like, I do not want to be late for my own live stream again. I'm guessing Plushie Anna's favorite cheese is mozzarella or American. That is actually, wow, that's pretty spot on. Mozzarella is good. I do love a good mozzarella, but it can be very neutral sometimes. It depends on what you cook with it. Now, it also, like, what type of cheese you use, like, with your, like, it depends on, like, what you're cooking, too. American cheese is not cheese. I agree with you, Lemon Zest. It's more like homogenized cheese product sliced into individually wrapped, like, plastic things. Oh, I forgot I had those mozzarella cheese sticks. Wait, how did you forget about that? I just ordered those for you. My lower half is temporarily destroyed. Oh, Craig. I'm sorry to hear that it's not getting better. I know you twisted... Wait, I don't know if you said you twisted or you broke it. I think you said you broke your ankle recently. It was twisted or broke. I can't recall. Correct me in whatever direction there. Sorry, I'd be a little bit more on that, but like brain not thinking good today. Very bad. Twisted. Okay, alright. My favorite cheese is actually brie cheese. Brie is amazing. I love brie. What, upgraded to broken? No. No more broken bones for you. You're banned from breaking any more bones. You have to wait until at least 2030 before you can break another bone. Gouda or cheddar? Okay, Gouda is good. There's nothing better than a good Gouda. Cheddar always looks and tastes unnatural to me. Wait, what? Wait, how does cheddar look and taste unnatural? Wait, what kind of cheddar? Is it a mild cheddar or is it like a sharp cheddar? Because sharp cheddar has so much flavor. 2045. I like that, Zookeeper. They're too orange. They make white cheddar. Would white cheddar be more to your liking? Because brie is so cheap here in Japan, so I put it on my grilled cheese, mashed potatoes, and pizza. Alright, here's a good sandwich combo for you if you're feeling open-minded. I know you're gonna have some trust. You're gonna have some trust for Rainy on this, okay? But here's what you do. You get a slice of brie cheese. You get some whole berry cranberry sauce. Okay? You get a couple slices of turkey. And you get yourself some broccoli rabe. Okay? And if you don't know what broccoli rabe is, well, hold on. I can look it up for you. Give me a second. Let me show you what broccoli rabe is. Broccoli rabe. Okay, hold on. I found some pictures of broccoli rabe for y'all. Okay, so this is what broccoli rabe is. For anybody who doesn't know the distinction between regular broccoli and broccoli rabe. So, what you do is you get yourself a wrap of some kind, like a whole, like a flour or a spinach or a tomato. You could use any kind of wrap you want. And you put the broccoli rabe in there with the brie, a little bit of the cranberry sauce, and a couple of the slices of the turkey, and you wrap that all up nice and tight. And if you really want to, you can melt the brie cheese in there, And I swear, it is like Thanksgiving dinner in a sandwich. Rob Broccoli sounds like a name. He was the inventor of Broccoli Rob. That's why they named it after him. Brie with something sweet is so good. That is what I love about it, is because you get the sweet and the savory at the same time. What is turkey slice? So, it's like oven roasted turkey, but then you put it on a deli slicer, Gombek, and you just slice like thin little sheets of like turkey breast. And you can use dark meat too if you prefer dark meat more. A lot of people seem to prefer dark meat. Imagine ham, but with turkey. Yes, exactly like that. It's exactly like ham, but it tastes like turkey. Oh, so like the weird way to make turkey gyros? Something like that, yeah. I'm guessing you don't do a lot of deli stuff there. I love me a good deli sandwich. Rainy is a sandwich kind of girl. But I won't eat scuffed sandwiches though. My sandwiches need to have a few like main components to them, or I'm not satisfied with my sandwich experience. Thomas, welcome to the stream. Anya, welcome. Good to have y'all. Alexi, I basically eat turkey every once in a blue. I'm not the biggest fan of turkey. I usually will eat ham. I like ham. I try to get the reduced sodium ham because it's like deli meat can be a little too salty sometimes. In Japan, there is a turkey slice or cranberry sauce. Oh no. Well, all right. If you ever come over to my side of the world, I'll make you one. Okay. I cook cans with a lighter because the gas tank oh no. Yeah, the gas shortage around the world is an absolute massive problem. RimWorld is turning Raiders into electricity. Oh, are you playing RimWorld today? Maybe we'll get into a game in a little bit, but like, I was up way too late drawing last night. Like, irresponsibly long as the periods of times of drawing. Or I will cook for everyone in a cookout with Baytran. That would be fun. Yes, chat, I did tell her not to stay up late. She really did. She came into my room, saw what I was working on. We talked about it for a little bit, and she's like, yep, so you're going to bed, right? Because you usually go to sleep like 4 hours, like, ago. And I'm like, yeah, soon, I promise. I played RimWorld a lot. I tend to get too attached to my colonists. Me too, a little bit. I get really upset when they die. If you let me cook, it's a 50-50 between edible and burnt. I'm pretty good. I can usually nail it. I screw things up sometimes. I'm not perfect, right? Nobody is, but usually I'd say 8 out of 10 times I'm in the kitchen, I can nail it. I don't know. We have to ask somebody else's opinion. Anna, you're my roommate. What do you think of my cooking? My favorite sandwich is kind of weird. I like potato chips, boiled broccoli, brie cheese, spinach with cherry tomatoes. So that was very similar to like the combo I was recommending to you, Raven. My normal deli sandwiches consist usually of ham, some sort of lettuce or like fresh spinach. So fresh spinach or lettuce. I like to have tomatoes on it. I also like to have some spicy stone ground mustard, which usually just means they put a lot of pepper in it. And then I'd like to have a touch of mayo. And I like the mustard and the mayonnaise mixed together. I don't like a dollop of the mustard and then a dollop of the mayo, and then you just smash it down, like, on my sandwich. That annoys me, like, endlessly. So I need my condiments stirred together properly. And then I slather each side of the bread with that condiment, like, combination. It's really good like that. And if you toast the bread just right and you set it all up, oh my god, it's so good. Grilled cheese sandwiches are good. They're like, because you need to butter the toast, and I'm lactose intolerant, I stopped making them as much, or I just stopped using the butter, which also makes them way less delicious. I'd say 10 out of 10, but I'm from Ohio, so I'm not good at judging actual good food. I like grilled... Oh, wait, I already read that one. Is Ohio dish pizza land? You're thinking of Chicago. Now, I'm from the Northeast, okay? New England is near New York, okay? And when I think of pizza, I think of New York style pizza, right? Because we don't even have to call it New York style pizza. We just call our pizza regular pizza, because that's what pizza should be. Skeleton Box, welcome to the stream. Just tolerate the lactose, easy. Yeah. Just gotta whip my body into shape. What's the term that I'm looking for here? Exposure therapy. I just need more exposure therapy. New York style pizza is the best kind. I agree. I went over this with somebody in the community recently. I think it was Peeps Chan. But I was mentioning to her, and I was like, here in this region, and specifically in New York City, you do not eat pizza with a knife and a fork here. Like, nobody does it. Nobody eats their pizza with a knife and a fork here. You will get strange looks from folks. They'll be like, what are you doing with that pizza? That is sacrilege. There are only a couple appropriate ways to eat pizza. You can put it on a paper plate, or you can fold it and you can put it in your mouth. But you gotta, like, eat it directly off the plate and, like, kind of pretend you're folding it and holding it in your hand. But, like, that's the only other acceptable way to eat pizza. Like, Roman pizza versus Neapolitan pizza. Italian pizza is amazing, though. I'm not gonna, like, diss other, like, authentic Italian pizza, because authentic Italian pizza is amazing. But what I do not particularly care for is Chicago-style deep dish. I am not a fan of it. It is just not what I expect a pizza to be. I eat pizza crust first. I am ready for the consequences. I mean, you can eat it crust first. I think as long as you're holding it in your hand, that is like the minimum requirement there. I don't think anybody's going to really say anything if you prefer eating your pizza backwards. It's more of the etiquette that it is considered a hand food here. And if you're like, you just gotta pick that slice up and just eat it. I like deep dish, but I don't call it a pizza. Yeah, I'm part of the Jon Stewart philosophy on that. It's a frickin' casserole. I love that skit. That's one of my favorite Jon Stewart skits. And it's like, deep dish can be good, but it's like, I don't know, like, is that really a pizza anymore? Really? Like, I mean, you can't even pick it up and put it in your mouth properly without it, like, turning into, like, a big saucy mess everywhere. Wow, Ray, you cut me deep, but you haven't cut me a slice of Chicago deep dish pizza. How dare? All right, you know what? Maybe I should try. You know what we should do? It's been a really long time since I've had Chicago deep dish. I wonder if I could even make one. I've made regular pizza before. Maybe I could do that for a cooking video. We'll do a regular pizza versus a deep dish style pizza and see if I can make each one. That'd be a fun idea for a video. Oh, I've got a couple of cooking video ideas. I just haven't, like, because I've been sick this week, I haven't had any chance to film it. But I have thought through a couple of different, like, ideas. The next video I want to do is French toast. Because French toast is so much fun. And a lot of people are like, I'm not good at, like, French toast. And it's like, trust me, it's not that complicated. I promise you. We're going to cook it. It's going to be really yummy. I figured I'd start off with, like, the really easy stuff. Just to kind of get everybody warmed up, like, to the concept of, like, cooking their own food. Because some people are really intimidated by it. So we'll start with, like, really basic stuff that you could do. And we'll upgrade to more complicated stuff over time. Is the ocean a soup? It's got water, condiments, meat, and it's heated up by the sun. I mean, the definition of soup is very loose, but I had a similar conversation with Anna the other morning about this. Right? And it's like, okay, all right. At a certain point, though, you have to draw the line somewhere, because if you're just steeping your beans, right? Like, let's say you wanted to use dry pinto beans in your soup, right? And you just are soaking the beans in water. Is that pinto bean soup? I don't think so. I think it's just pinto beans hydrating in water. But, you know, some people would say that's technically a soup. My medication alarm went off. Esther died. Oh, Skeleton Box. Thank you so much. Actually, I forgot to take my HRT before stream. Oh, goodness. I definitely need to do that. Hold on. I'm taking it now. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. I'm doing it now. Gotta get the little blue one. Okay. There's the estrogen. Yum, yum. And the testosterone blocker. Yay! I've been kind of bad about my meds the past few days because I've been really distracted and sick and just not feeling good. So I really want to make sure, like, today, tomorrow, the next day, I'm like really on top of my medication. I can make mac and cheese. That was the other one I was thinking of. So everybody knows how to make box mac and cheese. So what I was thinking about doing is a versus video about that as well. So not just like deep dish versus Chicago style and see if I can make each kind, but I'm also thinking about doing like box stuff. Like, okay, here is rice-a-roni, like from the box, and then here's Rainy's version of rice-a-roni, which is gonna be very similar, but like homemade. Just so I could like, we could see which one ends up being better and looking better and tasting better. Right? And then I could do that with macaroni and cheese too. So I could make box, like the box brand macaroni and cheese. And then I could do a homemade macaroni and cheese with like a proper roux. And then we could just kind of go from there and just like see which one looks and tastes better. What's the difference between a T blocker and just estrogen? Anna answered the question pretty succinctly, so I'm just going to read her answer. Estrogen makes the changes. T blocker stops the boy stuff from going on. That's pretty succinct. I like that answer. Watch Spider-Verse. It was fun. I like it. P.S. Meow. Meow. Welcome to the stream, cutie. Rain, what's your favorite breakfast? Mine is rice with melted brie on it, salmon, mushroom, broccoli, and miso soup. So my favorite thing to make for breakfast is a scrambled egg breakfast wrap. Now, I already did that in the video. So if you want to go watch that video, you could watch me make my favorite breakfast wrap. That is my favorite breakfast. That is what I make the most consistently for breakfast. I can make omelets. I can make all this, like, other stuff. I've learned how to make it. I don't know. I don't care for omelets. It's kind of boring. I know some people are gonna, like, look at me like I've got 5 heads, and I'm like, omelets are boring. You can put anything in them. And I'm like, I don't know. I've done it. For me, it's not that interesting to cook. What I like about my breakfast wrap specifically is that I can toast and crisp the outside wrap to my liking. It's just a better setup. It's less messy. There isn't like this huge gross mess all over a plate that you gotta wash later. It's more just like a preference thing about like what I gotta clean up afterwards. Less to do with the actual taste and flavor of the food, and more just like, I just don't want to deal with that. I don't want to wash the pan later. I don't want to scrub pan in a plate and clean up a messy spatula because like the egg's gonna be stuck all over it. Hi, I'm here. Saul, welcome to the stream. My usual breakfast is 2 or 3 cups of instant coffee and no food. Oh God, you sound like the old me. Thomas, you gotta you gotta have at least a banana, my friend. Oh God, that is so like old me. I know some people have heard me talk about this, but like, all right, let's talk about like what Rain was like for a minute pre-transition. I would go into work at 6 a.m. sharp. I would be like one of the first people there. I would be turning the lights on in the warehouse. And I would very rarely eat breakfast. And I'd just drink 3 cups of coffee, black, right from the Keurig machine. No sugar, no cream, right? And everybody's looking at me like I'm goddamn crazy, right? That's how I would try to function every morning. I used to make like all these really dark jokes about it. Like, yes, I like my coffee. Like, you know, I like my soul dark and black. Stuff like that. You know, just crazy shit like that. God, I'm so glad I'm past that like toxic masculinity bullshit. My breakfast is 81 milligrams of aspirin and hope the migraine isn't too bad. Oh, goodness. I'm starting to get a little bit of a migraine because I didn't sleep properly and I didn't drink enough water yesterday. Make sure you all drinking water. I skipped out on a couple bottles of water yesterday and I'm feeling it this morning. I don't eat breakfast. I'm so lazy. That's why I wanted to do the cooking videos, though. Instant coffee is more convenient. Yeah, but it sucks. It sucks. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, what do you want me to say about that? It's freeze-dried, dehydrated, like, essence of coffee, which is not coffee. It is freeze-dried coffee. All right, here's the thing I'm going to make an argument for on, like, at least grinding your own beans. You extract some of the essential coffee oil from the beans, which will be the make or break on a good cup of coffee, at least for me, in my opinion. I get it. Some people are like, instant coffee is fine for me. It tastes great. All right, good for you. If you hand me a cup of instant coffee and I take a sip out of that, I'm probably going to spit it out. I'm like, what is this swill that you just fed Brady? I am a coffee snob, though. I'm just going to be real about it. Instant coffee is decent with... I mean, you can make anything decent with, like, other ingredients to, like, mask the horribleness. I'll give you some advice. here's some general cooking advice that I learned when I was first learning how to cook. The best thing you can do with poor ingredients is good cooking technique. Instant coffee is just as good as normal coffee. There isn't even much difference in taste. Anya. Oh, okay. Now we're doing a coffee video. All right. Another idea for Life of Rating. We're doing a coffee video. We're doing it. I'm going to do an instant coffee versus French press. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong now. Don't be shocked when I take one sip of that instant coffee and spit it out instantly. I'll tell you what though, to make the test fair, I'll buy whatever like people think is the best brand of instant coffee out there. I won't buy just some cheap stuff. I'll actually try and go out there and purchase an actual good brand of instant coffee and actually stack a proper test. My family doesn't let me drink coffee, so I just drink hot chocolate instead. I mean, hot chocolate's pretty good. I drink, like, way too much coffee in the morning. I drink, like, 3 cups. I really should cut back. I like coffee when light is unable to escape its vicinity. I love the way you phrase that, Nikki. I don't like coffee much anyway, so I might as well settle for mid. Okay, alright. It is always worth putting a couple ounces of effort into at least anything you do. Right? Like, it's so easy to go the scrappy way of cooking, right? But your body is a temple, right? Just try to remember that. And the things you put in your body should be at least of decent quality. Because you are what you eat, right? So if you're eating a bunch of garbage food that's like just highly processed and comes from a box and you put like almost no love or effort into it whatsoever, unfortunately, you're going to become a reflection of the food that you eat. It's a very true thing. You can get some serious health complications by not cooking properly. You can get a vitamin deficiency. You can get like stuff like scurvy if you're not eating like enough fruit and stuff like that. Like vitamin C deficiency is nothing you want to mess around with. That's a huge problem. Not drinking enough water while taking your hormone replacement therapy, depending on the type of medication you have. Drinking several bottles of water every day is very good for you. Having vitamins in the morning, if you feel like your food isn't giving you enough of what you need. For me, I live in the Northeast, so vitamin D is well, you know, we don't go out too often in the winter, so most people in the Northeast have a vitamin D deficiency, so, you know, that's something I take. Hot chocolate, I need to make some properly. We'll do a hot chocolate video, too. I'm writing all this down. These are great ideas. I eat like a trash can? Oh, no. Though I don't drink coffee often, it's all about energy drinks. Oh yeah, I do like Monster. I'll drink Monster energy drinks, but I won't like drink other brands of energy drink. I just don't like them. Somebody the other day was like, oh, have you heard about the Rain energy drink? And I was like, yeah, I tried it and it was really gross. Definitely not for me. If you like that kind of stuff, I guess, great. But it just tasted like artificial flavors and chemicals to me. That was my initial complaint with Monster. Like, the green Monster is still disgusting to me. I hate the green Monster. That was the first one I had, and I was like, wow, Monsters are gross. I'm never drinking a Monster again. My body is a temple, and I'm not religious, Thomas! I love the way you phrased that, though. Here we have locally made cocoa, and it's so good for hot chocolate. I can only imagine. But for those who don't I like obviously have that. I'll do like at least like how to make it from like baker's chocolate or like a really good dark chocolate source. I'm fake trans fan. Doesn't drink Monster. Doesn't use Arch. Monogamous. Oh no. Hey, listen. Every trans girl's a little different, you know. I just had that conversation with somebody recently too, and I know a lot of girls in our community, don't like to be like to have like the transgender adjective. Like, I'll give an example for like what I'm about to say here. So, like, for example, if you were to ask, oh, you know, what gender is Rain? Like, a lot of folks in our community would just prefer, oh, Rain is female, right? But I don't mind having, like, transgender in that adjective in front of it, right? Like, you can describe me as transgender. I'm totally cool with it. I'm fine with it. In fact, I'm very proud of it. If people ask me what my gender is, I will sometimes say I am a transgender woman. Like, I'm just extremely proud of that particular adjective. I always go out wearing pride stuff. Like, for me, that's just what I prefer. I like being different. I've always been different on this channel, right? Like, I mean, come on. Like, this shouldn't be news to anybody. I play Vox Libre instead of Minecraft. I always like being outside of the box just a little bit, even if that makes me a little weird. I only drink Monster. What's Arch? I'm monogamous. What am I? You are confusion. That's what you are, Anna. Talking about chocolate is making me a bit... Chocolate made me a bit jealous. I'm allergic to... Oh, wait. Are you allergic to chocolate itself or the milk? I blame society and social pressures for people wanting to pass and not be noticed. I mean, I originally, when I first started, I thought about that too. And I was like, yeah, I want to make sure that I pass. I fit right in. I just want to blend into the background. Right? I want to be unseen. I want to be stealthy, right? I just want to sneak in and sneak out, right? But over time and like with like the help of the community and everything like that, I've gotten past that. I've gotten past a lot of my dysphoria. A lot of it. I still have it a bit, but I mean, and there are things that I see about myself that I'm like, I really don't like that, right? But it's like, for the most part, when I look in the mirror these days, I see a girl. Sometimes she's a butch girl, but definitely girl. Definitely always a girl. Not always the greatest looking girl, but definitely girl. Which is great, because that wasn't always true. When I first started transitioning, my hair was so short. And I hated how, like, because, alright, I know, like, a lot of the folks here know this about me already, right? But, like, before I started transitioning, I used to shave my head. So I had no hair. And I had a long beard. And the first thing I did was shave my beard, and I still didn't have my hair grow out yet. So I looked absolutely awful. But I couldn't have the beard anymore. I was so done with it. I was so done with the beard. Another fun fact that you don't know about me is that I used to, like, have, like, this nervous thing about my beard. Because I would always wear it just because people used to say I looked weird without wearing it. They would say stuff like, you look really young, you look like a girl, right? You look like a baby, right? So I'd always have like this disgustingly huge beard on my face, and I would pick at it all the time, and I'd pull the hairs out of my face. It was like a nervous tick, and obviously I don't do that anymore, right? Like, and I don't even have those kind of weird nervous ticks anymore, like where I'm like, feel the need to like grab something and pull it out of my skin painfully. Like, I didn't realize how much, like, subconsciously I hated my facial hair. But, like, I really did. I really did. I only liked it because other people liked it. I only, like, took care of my facial hair because other people said it looked good. I didn't care. I didn't care for it myself. I literally was only wearing it as a mask. And, like, that's not how you should live your life. So, you know, don't do that. We live in a society. I hope so. They probably don't sell them on the Jupiter moon either. Wait, what? What did I miss there? Oh. Yeah, I definitely missing stuff. My brain's cooked. Put a fork in rating. I'm done. Oh, God. Alright, no more staying up till like 1 or 2 in the morning drawing anymore. That's called trike? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, skeleton box. Why would you have to put a word up like that? Trichotillomania. Oh, I don't even know. I probably butchered the hell out of that. You're allergic to chocolate. Oh, that sucks. So they don't even make, like, anything you could take to, like... Oh, Mr. Lower, I see you there. How you doing today, my friend? Holy shit, I just listened to a D&D session before my egg crack. Wow, do I sound different? I have noticed, because I put, like, some of my old content up as members-only stuff, that y'all been watching it, and, like, even commenting on it. And I remember somebody asked me a question about one of the videos, and I'm like, buddy, this video is so out of date. I have made a brand new one. It is really only just if you want to watch it. Just see what I was making before. I'm like, here you go. Here's the link to the updated one. Some of my content is ridiculously bad. Pneumono? Wait, I could do that one because I know how the PNE, like, sound works, but, like... Oh, no. Oh, no, wait, I didn't see the first part of that! Oh, no, I just read the second one! I was like, oh, that's easy! Alright, so it's pneumono... Oh, God. Pneumono... La Trimicroscopic volcaninosis. Okay, so it's pneumon multra microscopics illa conoconosis. I have no idea. I tried my best. I was talking about energy drink companies that probably don't sell their products in America's Europe or Europa, the moon, and how they are better than Monster. Well, of course. I heard that EU has the superior version of the Fanta orange drink, and I've always wanted to try it, but, like, it's super expensive to order it and have it shipped here. Can't wait to go to America this June. Yay, still nervous. You should be fine. I get it. There is a lot going on with my country right now. I've got nothing good to say about it, right? Especially about the politics here. Like, it's absurd. I think we could all agree that my country sucks really bad. But it is still not, depending on where you go, like, it is still really safe here, right? Like, there is a lot going on. And you should be very cautious, right? But it's not like chaos in the streets or anything. Like, I think that we have a tendency to just, like, hyper focus on a couple of bad events, and then we make the broad assumption that that's what's going on everywhere, and that's just not how reality works, right? So both things can be true. It could be very bad and dangerous sometimes, but then also most of the time still be pretty normal-ish. Alexi, it was good to have you here. I hope you have a great day. And I hope to see you again soon. Pneumona ultra mocha ska pixelacovalcoonconosis. Oh god. That didn't help too much. That didn't help too much, Anna, but I appreciate it. ZT, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, cutie. There are definitely worse places to be for queer people or people in general. And like I said, it really depends on the state that you're in. I live in the Northeast, so like pretty much all the Northeastern states are on it as far as like my like rights are concerned. I just choose not to travel to those places, right? I'm in a wheelchair. I'm disabled, right? I don't put myself in a dangerous situation. If shit is going down, I'm not able-bodied enough to deal with it. I just get out of there. Now, is that slightly cowardly? No, because it just makes sense. Right? Like, what am I gonna do? And like, that's the thing too. Like, I support people who go out to protest, but it's really hard for me to go to a protest because, like, I'm in a wheelchair. And like, if shit goes down at the protest, what do I do? Right? Like, nobody's gonna help me. Right? Look in range general, I'll pronounce it. Oh god, good luck. America is more politically diverse than Europe is. If anything, the differences between like Manhattan and rural Mississippi is immense. See, now you're nailing it. Now you're nailing it. Now you get it. So it's really context dependent. It really is context dependent. It depends on what state you're talking about, who's running that state, which party's in control of it, what are their local laws like, and that's very complicated because there's 50 freaking states that you got to keep track of. And they all have their own different laws and their own different rules and their own different regulations about this stuff. And they can pass stuff. And then if they pass something really bad, it has to get all the way up to the Supreme Court before it gets overturned, which kind of sucks. I'm in Texas and I won't advise anyone to come here. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Texas overall. And I'll just come right out and say it. It's mostly because of the heat. I cannot deal with Texas weather or Arizona weather or any of those, like, I mean, it's nice to go, like, I've been to Mexico before, right, and stuff like that, so I've, like, experienced the weather in that region. I've been to Mexico, Thailand, I've been to, like, that band of, like, I've been to that latitude and longitude regions of the earth all over, and I love going there for, like, a vacation, but I would not want to live in the tropics permanently. The only reason I was settling on Taiwan is because in the northern part of Taiwan, it is not that tropical. It is a lot more mild. I'm actually really grateful because, like, nobody says anything. I went to a store the other day, and I had to use my ID. And obviously, I haven't updated my ID photos, so I don't look anything at all like what I used to. Especially on my passport, that one's way out of date. Right? And there's this one guy at one of the shops that I go to regularly, and he's so nice to me. He's so nice to me. He's never, ever once misgendered me, called me by the wrong name, anything. Just completely takes me at face value. But I still do have to show that gentleman my ID, and it's so nice when people just don't make a big deal out of it, right? They get it, they understand what's going on, and they just make you feel like it's a normal thing. Because I always get worried about that. Like, it's like, and I don't want somebody to be like, is that really you? Is that really you in this picture? And then I'm like, oh, what do I gotta do? Like, hide part of my hair? Like, what, I need to get like a permanent marker and pretend to draw the beard back on for a minute? Like, what do I gotta do here? I always worry about stuff like that, you know? I really do need to get the photos updated. I'm waiting to do the passport, though, because The federal government sucks, and I don't trust them. So, well, I might wait till we have a different administration before I start doing something like that. I made sure to update my passport right before this administration took place, and that was the reason I did it, but I wasn't out as trans when I did that. Truth be told, I'd rather visit Canada 100 times than... Yeah, me too. Honestly, I'd rather live somewhere else too, but, you know, I'm here, and it's really not a good place for me anywhere else in the world. And I've tried moving to another country before, and it's like, it was hard enough when I was able-bodied to try to move to Taiwan, and I still didn't make it. I only ended up living there for like 6 months, and then I ended up coming back home. It's really hard. It's really hard to move to another country. A place where it gets hotter than 20°C is called hell in my book. So, like, for me, I really need temperate weather. I need weather that's not too rainy, not too hot, not too cold, right? And there's no ideal place in the world, honestly. Like, every region has one issue or another for me. All right, it's been about an hour. Give me a minute. I'm going to refill my water bottle. This is a great opportunity. If y'all need to grab a snack, get some water, use the restroom, this is a good opportunity for you. Give me a minute. I will be right back. All right, I am back. Let me go ahead, just get my avatar back up on screen for y'all. Hiya. Hopefully y'all went and got something to eat, got a snack, got something to drink. I'm gonna put up a poll. I'm kind of curious about something. Start a poll. Time of the day do you... Okay, alright, so I just put up a poll. I'm just kind of curious. I want to know when you all are watching my live streams. Like, what time of the day it is average for the chat. I'm just really curious about it because I know my audience comes from all different time zones. So I just want to see, like, what is the, like, predominant time zone. And if you want to, just to satisfy my curiosity, dependent on the time zone that you pick, do you want to tell me why you watch my stream during that time of the day? Wow, 3 p.m. Sylvia, welcome to the stream. It's so good to see ya. Oh, it's so crazy. All right, so for everybody's time reference, it's 9:30 a.m. for me. I live on Mars, so the time zones don't apply. The ping is horrible up here, too. I can only imagine how complicated Martian time zones can be. Especially when you gotta convert them to Earth time. Alvy, I see you there. Alright, so far it looks like the average is lunchtime, but I'm gonna keep this up for a while because I want to see. I want to see what people pick. For me, it's 1 a.m. at night because of work. Oh, goodness. Don't be like me, Raven. Get some sleep. It's 7:36 a.m. here? Oh, goodness, Dark Raven. Oh, no wonder. Oh, no. So when I pinged you at like 6 a.m., oh, God, that must have been like 2 in the morning that I messaged you. It's about 17:37, so it's about 5:37. So that's afternoon. Okay. I really should have just said 23:37. So that would be about 11:37 p.m. Oh, ZT, you're on my time zone. I think I will. I feel sick. I need to rest. You should. I should have probably rested more over the past couple of days, but, well, yeah, no. It's 9:37 in Martian time, which is the only time zone that matters. Is it AM or PM there? Or is it both simultaneously? I mean, that happens here on Earth, too. It's 8:38 right now, AM. Okay, so you're not too far off from me. I'm just here because I noticed your stream and decided to watch a Marxist analysis of the 20th century U.S. capitalism. So you got recommended my feed like next to another video, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna pick the cat girl. Rest well, my brother. It's BC. I love that. Oh wait, I already read that one. If only Marks was a cat girl. I mean, we could make that happen. I am an artist. I have the skill and the ability. Oh, floating away today. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, cutie. Head pats in the chat for floating away today. Especially if you got a membership gift. How you doing this morning, cutie? Good to see you. You always make a big splash when you arrive. Yo, Raven, you got one. Christo, you got a membership too. Hell yeah. I always love it when a few folks from the chat actually get them. Crazy Krita! Okay, so we got another 10 membership gifts from Crazy Krita as well. Head pats in the chat. Thank you so much. This is the last live stream of the month, by the way, because I'm not live streaming tomorrow. I feel like we should stop counting in BC and start counting in BRAR before RimWorld and after RimWorld. You know what? I can get behind that. You know, I was thinking about firing up some RimWorld, and then I was like, I don't have any of my mods installed. So that's gonna suck. I'm glad I'm here then. I'm glad you're here too. Did anybody else that was in the chat get another one? I'm not 100% sure. Cat, girl. Okay, it's a Clippy profile picture. Those always throw me off because, like, they're so common these days. I love seeing them. Rain, it's midnight for me right now, and I'm drinking a what? But I thought you were going to bed. Look at that, all you cuties getting memberships. If you got one, definitely make sure you send it in some head pats. I just woke up from a weird, scary dream. What kind of dream was it? Was it like a nightmare, or is it just like kind of a wonky dream? I've been having some really weird dreams myself recently. And I prefer HE human era. Actually, that's not a bad way of describing it. You know, actually, Krista, I could get behind that. Before human era and then after human era. Or current human era, or something like that. Oh, CT! Thank you so much, cutie! Head pats in the chat. For ZT, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll get Ko-Fi opened right now and read your message. Ko-Fi. ZT Style supported you. I'd love to make a comment about sending money from the past or future, but since we're in the same time zone, it wouldn't really work. Listen, what you could do is you could just, I don't know, I guess like, no, you can't schedule it. You can't actually do anything. Oh no. I'll tell you what. Head pats for you, cutie. At least you tried to make the joke work. Thanks for always being there and supporting. Heart. Thank you so much, cutie. I appreciate it. I'm actually, like I said, I mentioned it the other day, but I was shocked that I got 81% of the goal. that I was looking for. And we kind of started like a week late into the month too. So, I mean, provided that, I think 80% is pretty good. Considering all the horrible things that have happened over the past month and a half. I haven't had a dream in like 10 years. HE is just CE plus 10,000 years. Fair enough. Or at before Tynan and after Tynan, because in my opinion, Tynan read from Relogic, Todd Howard. Oh, goodness. No sleep today. Too much work for Holo Expo for 2 weeks from now. Oh, goodness. You know, I was thinking about that the other day, Raven. And not that, you know, Holo would ever offer me a contract. But I don't know if I would sign one, even if they did. Like, yeah, I understand it would, like, be a huge benefit to me. But there's a lot of strings attached to doing something like that, you know? And it's like, do I really want to sell out and have to give up so much just to, like, get a little boost? I've already gotten this far on my own. Like, I don't know. I don't see any point in doing it. If you do, I want to work for you. Aw. Like I said, I would have to think extremely hard on something like that. And the offer would have to make sense. My biggest drawback from, like, what I understand, is that when you sign a contract like that, you have to give up the rights to your character. And I'm not sure I want to do that. Like, I don't think I'd ever want to give up control of my character to another company and basically just sell my character to them. Because it's my character. I came up with it. I drew the design for this character. I've done art for this character, right? This is, I came up with the dress and the heart and the belt and the hair and the bows and the cat ears, right? Like, this is my character. And I don't want to lose it. Well, good news. I will come back to the server. Bad news, being my mental health is in shambles. Well, hopefully it gets better soon. The best thing you could do is just trying to make, like, little positive changes every single day. That's at least what I try to do for my mental health. Just try, and I know that seems like... It's all about adding, like, more positives to outweigh the negatives when you crash out. Because that happens to me a lot, like, right? Like, I've got a lot of things that drag me down sometimes all at once. And being, like, clean, being pretty, like, as pretty as I can be that day, right? Smelling good, being well fed. These things, like, all help combat those issues a lot better. Copyright law sucks. Yeah. Rain invented the cat. Yes, I'm the first person to ever invent cat ears. Even before the cats. I'm the same way about my characters. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Is like, I understand from their business perspective they want it, right? But then it's like, what would I have if anything, like, fell through or they pulled that contract out from underneath of me? Then I've surrendered over the only thing I have of value. And I just don't want to be put in a position like that. Because what do I do? What do I do if HoloLive doesn't like me? What do I do when I have a hot take and HoloLive is like, yeah, no, you can't be talking about stuff like that on live stream. And I'm going to be like, it's my tongue. I'll say whatever the hell I want. And then they're going to be like, yeah, well, no more contract for you then. Oh, and we own your character. Yeah, I'm just worried about something like that. Like, you ain't gonna come in here and tell me what I can and cannot talk about. Like, nobody dictates the kind of content I cover. That's me. If I want to sit here and do a chatting live stream for 4 hours, that's my prerogative. If I want to play a game, I play a game. I pick the games I want to play. I ask my audience what they like, but, you know, like, all right, so a good example of this is yesterday I put up to for a vote what kind of stream we're doing this morning. And you all voted for gaming live stream, but then when I woke up this morning, I was like, there's no way I could do a gaming live stream. So we're doing a chatting live stream instead. And it sucks, but, you know, hey, I gotta do what's right for me. At the end of the day, right? Like, if I've only got the energy to do a chatting live stream, then that's what we're gonna do today. And VTubers that leave corporations usually make new characters. VTuber corporations make a new character for previous streamers. Yeah, I see. And that's the thing. Like, if I was... Like, let's say they were really serious about it, too. I would probably make a new character for them to sign with, not give up reign. Like, I'd make Drought, for example, or something like that. Like, I'd just make a new character. I wouldn't want to give them my original work. One day, maybe I'll work under Rain as a merchandise designer. I would love to, honestly. I love democracy. That bad dude from Star Trek. I've got to get more into Star Trek. I've been watching a lot of, like, Star Trek meme videos recently, and it's been making me want to watch Star Trek again. Even though I've watched all of it so many times. So many times. I don't even know why I want to rewatch it, because I've already seen it, like, 8 bajillion times. By the way, Rain, I love your chatting live streams. They seem to be somewhat popular, which I'm kind of shocked about because all we're doing really is just sitting here and chit-chatting. But a lot of people seem to really like that. When I first was, like, starting doing all of this, like, I made a very false assumption that people were going to come here and watch because they wanted to watch the game. And I've learned over the past couple of years that it's kind of both. Like, people want to watch people they like play things they like. It's a combo effect. And people are willing to watch you replay something or play something over and over again as long as they love it and they like you too. The only Star Trek I've seen is the original series. I like the original series, but I will say it's very dated. It's very, very dated. Anybody who goes back to the original series at this point is gonna... They're gonna have some issues with it, visually. But, here's the thing. The original series is so good with its storytelling that, one, it should be overlooked. In my opinion, it should be overlooked. And two... Even if you really can't tolerate the visuals, like it's bothering you that badly, just listen to it like a podcast. It's common knowledge that Jane Cat invented Catgirls when she transitioned. Before 1967, there were only cat boys and puppy girls. Today I learned. At Crazy Credo, you're in for a treat. The rest is so good with some episode exceptions. Wait, you really should check out The Next Generation. That one was a really good show. The original series wasn't dated when I watched it. Oh, no! Hey, listen. That was like when I was telling folks here in the live stream that I played the original Doom when I was a kid, and somebody was like, wow, that game is ancient! And I'm like, no, don't say that. Don't say that because that implies I'm ancient. Really? Doom is ancient? Worst Neopolic experience ever. Unknown, welcome to the stream. Good evening or good morning. How's everyone doing? I'm exhausted, I'm gonna be real. I was up really late doing art. Doom is pretty ancient. I mean, they're not wrong. No! But I played it when I was a kid. It's not ancient to me. I remember it just like it was yesterday. And for me, Factorio is ancient. It's only around 4. No, don't say it like that. Factorio still feels like a new game to me. I still think Fallout 4 feels like a new game. God, I don't even know how old that is. Skyrim feels like a new game to me. That thing is at least over 10 years old now. I know, people are going to now get into the debate if Doom is actually ancient or not. But I could see the perspective from younger generations and being like, yeah, that game is super old. What's Doom in Star Trek? No, Raven! You poor sweet summer child. Don't you worry, Rainy will give you an education on Doom. We'll play some Doom sometime. I have all the Doom games. Skyrim is 15 years old! No! Well, what happened? I remember that game coming out and experiencing it for the first time. Where has my life gone? Fallout 4 is 11? No! I'm so old. I'm so old now. Whoa. I can't wait till I really get to middle age. What's Skyrim? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, come on. You gotta know what Skyrim is. Oh my goodness, floating away today. Thank you so much for the for another super head pat, my friend. Head pats in the chat for you. We are also no closer to getting Half-Life 3. Unless I've missed something. I divide time into BXP and AV before XP and after Vista. Yes! Yes! XP was, like, in my opinion, the only good version of Windows. Skyrim is pushing 20 in the controls, the narrative, still the biggest frog in the puddle. Oh, God. Alright, so I never really played Skyrim for the story. I'm just gonna be real about it. Like, I forgot for a while that you were supposed to do the dragon, like, story. I got, like, involved in, like, all the side quests and stuff. And then eventually I was like, oh yeah, you're supposed to kill a dragon thing. Probably should do that. We got Half-Life Alyx. I never played that. Are you interested in my proposition? Wait. Let me go back into the chat. I may have missed it. Hold on. Oh, I may have missed it. Oh, there's just way too much going on. I am, like, cooked this morning. I'm sorry if I'm missing stuff. There may have been speculations about Half-Life 3 being a launch title for the GameCube. The GameCube! I said that wrong at first. I love that. Y'all ever try making sea salt ice cream? Wait, you can make sea salt ice cream? That's gotta be similar to, like, saltwater taffy, right? Okay, we've gotta get Raven some more video games, okay? That's a... We've got to get her into Star Trek, and we've got to get her a copy of Skyrim. For me, anything before 1860 is anything before the year 4000 BC is old for me. That's how long I've been around. You want to talk about ancient? I remember the pyramids getting built. Well, my proposition, I'll make a man app for us since I was making an app for someone too. Plus it's free. Wait, what is that? I don't understand what kind of application it would be. I missed the 2015 Steam machine. It wasn't good. So I got a Steam Link. I still have it. It still works, by the way. Will I ever probably end up using it? Probably not. I barely used it when I got it. Oh, any mobile app. Any mobile app. That's what you... Okay, I understand. Wait, you want to make a mobile app for us? You can make an Angry Birds knockoff with my face and call it Angry Rain. Just shoot, like, my face with the cat ears on it. There you go. I have to head out now. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful day, night. It was so good to have you here, ZT. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, my friend. I'll see you on Monday if you're here for that stream. Wait, what's Stargate? What's the Legend of Zelda? Alright, you have to have heard of the Legend of Zelda. Come on now. Come on. Now you're pulling my leg. Listen, I only got one good leg left. Don't be pulling it. The first Steam engine was made in 50 AD by the Romans, I believe. I believe it was the Romans. They had the circular ball thing, and it had two pipes coming out from the top and the bottom, and they would heat up water under... I mean, they would boil water underneath of it, and the steam would come out from the two pipes and spin the turbine. Turbine. Sorry, not turbine. Stargate isn't even that old. I loved Stargate. I remember watching the movie, and then I read the book. And then around that time too, I also read a really good book called Winter of Fire. If you haven't read that book, I mean, it's for teenagers, but it was a good book when I was a kid. Really short, good, easy reading. You could probably finish it in like 2 days, honestly. Rain is so old, they still remember the first pet T-Rex. Yes, Rainy was riding around on the back of dinosaurs. Maybe I'm the missing link. Snow Owl, welcome to the stream. Wait, what are books? Yeah, books. Who reads those? I just read everything on my computer. I got really into ebooks when they first came out, and they had like the Amazon Kindle reader, like the really old one. And I did like that for a while, but they don't really make stuff like that anymore. Rain invented the dinosaurs? I invented the Velociraptor. I was also gonna name the T-Rex the Rainosaurus Rex, but you know, T-Rex sounded cooler. We can also call it the HRT Rex. Looks like a wooden Kindle, but in slices for each page. Could you imagine being an old-timey, like, ye olden scribe before the printing press was invented? And imagine working all day on an entire page and you spell something wrong at the very end. I would be devastated. And there was no good way to copy books back then. You had to read the book and basically rewrite the book over again. Rain was around when books were first invented. When she was a teenager, 113 to be exact. Yes! Rain, I'm serious. I've never played Legend of Zelda in my life. I just did a Legend of Zelda stream the other day. Some of the fan art I've done recently was Legend of Zelda themed. Like the swords and the shields and stuff, that's Legend of Zelda. That was just me putting on like Link's hat and just the sword and the shield. I just changed the cross to like the trans heart. That was like really the only change I made there. I'm 60,000 years old. You're older than me. Angry Birds knockoff? I mean, I was only messing around. I've never thought about like what I would actually put into an application. What would I even want? What would be Rain's dream application? You know what? I might have to sit and think on that for a minute. Back then, if you misspelled something as a scribe, you basically invented a new word with the common folk. There you go. It was intended to be that way. Ye olden English. Rain was a child when humanity was a single planetary civilization. Oh, good. I love all the memes you're all coming up with. I invented modern farming, yes. Upon my world travels, I observed, and I went over to the Europeans, and I was like, hey, did you know you can plant all your food in rows and it grows better? And they're like, really? Yeah, that was me. In fact, I'm responsible for most modern things that you take for granted. Listen, it's all in a day's work. It was my pleasure. I'm here to educate and inform. Rain is so old, Rain's art was found on the cave walls. You found my first drawing. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if anybody's actually ever seen this, but I thought this one was actually beautiful. Hold on, let me go over here. So this one here. I love that. That is so cool to me. They're all different hands, too. I mean, who knows when this was made, right? But I like to think, like, when we find stuff like this, like, they were just like us. They just trying to get by, trying to figure things out. Just trying to live. Raid is so old, they're predecessors of the Homo erectus. Like I said, I'm the missing link. Which one is mine? You'll all have to just figure that one out. Actually, it's come to my attention, y'all haven't seen my hands too often. I do have pictures of them, because I have, like, pictures on my social media of me, like, taking photos of, like, my painted fingernails, which I haven't done in a while. I've got to paint my nails again. Rain existed before rain. It was acid rain. I'm cute. Rain won't see this. Ha! I saw it. Guess what? You are cute. If you guys come up with anything, tag me in Discord. I will. I actually want to put some genuine thought into it, because I was, like, making a joke before, but, like, give me a little time to actually put some serious thought and give you, like, an actual answer. Unfortunately, you picked the wrong morning, because I, like, only got, like, 4 hours of sleep last night. Respect to the person who said VTubing is more fun than hunting and gathering. I did take note on that game idea. You know what? Honestly, and somebody, like, a lot of people have brought this up to me, and I know this isn't what you asked for, but you know what would be amazing for me, because it's my absolute favorite game? If we could figure out how to make a mod for Needy Streamer Overload. And we do a character swap. I would play that. That would be so fun. I love that game. I'm a live streamer, so it makes sense. You'd have to know the game I'm talking about. If you're not familiar with that game, then you won't understand. But it's about a live streamer trying to get like 1 million subscribers in a ridiculous short period of time. Aw, that's so sweet. Floating away today. Thank you again for another super head pat. Everybody, head pats in the chat for floating away today, and also for dropping a knowledge bomb on us as well. See, that's what I love about my chat and my community. Like, I go to a lot of other... I bring this up all the time. I've been making observations. Predating. Wait, what did we say before? Oh, predating humanity. Okay, alright. I see now. Okay, alright, that makes sense. You didn't have to send in another super head pat for that. You could have just corrected it. Thank you so much, cutie. I appreciate it. This is why I love our community, though, because, like, we make funny memes. We make art. We educate each other, right? Like, I've been in other VTuber streams. Their communities are not always the healthiest. Like, sometimes the way they treat their content creator is not very respectful. Like, alright, here's the thing, right? Right, like, I have gone into some of these streams, and they're basically just ogling the content creator the entire time. The chat is so thirsty, right? And it's like, they're not even really saying anything very, like, respectful. It's just like, and maybe that content creator is fine with it, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm glad my community is not like that. I've seen femboy VTubers and their communities are sure interesting. Yeah. And we used to have problems like that here too. Like I said, we used to get the bots in here super bad. I rate my parasocial relationship with Rain a solid 8 out of 11. Yay, I'm winning. I'm better than average. Finally. Hey, Mom, look, I got a B. A B for beautiful. Oh my god, I remember the first time I got an F on my test, and I brought it home to my mom, and she's like, Rain, do you know what F stands for? I literally said, fantastic? And she's like, no, sweetie, no, that's not what it means. Is mine parasocial? Not anymore. We're now in a social relationship. A social roommate relationship. Rain, if Anna wanted to be a VTuber, I can be her VTuber model designer, because I already made 2. I mean, that's how it starts, right? You start playing with models, you start experimenting, next thing you know, you're on live stream. F is for fabulous. That was a good answer, though, I think. I think it was a spelling test. I used to be really bad at spelling. I'm actually still really bad at math. Those are like my 2 weakest subjects. The only other streamer community I've seen is Jerma985, so I can't judge anything else. I'm not familiar with them, so I can't comment there. No, I'd have to be interesting first. I mean, wait, do you think I started off interesting? Do you think I started off like this? My first streams and videos were terrible. I don't know if it was dyslexia. I did get, and you have to remember, this is very dated. Like, I grew up in the 90s, so, like, a lot of the stuff that we figured out today, just, like, we just didn't know back then. So, they brought me in, they kind of couldn't figure it out, and what they said is I had a language processing disorder. And, like, I just had trouble. And, like, that's kind of where they left it. But, I don't know, I still was capable of learning. I just needed to learn a little differently. And I still learn differently, like, to this day. Like, I learn by doing things easier. Like, if you just sit there and lecture me on something, I don't actually really learn anything. But if you just were like, hey, Rain, I'm going to teach you this thing, and you show me how to do it, I could just kind of just watch you and copy it, and be like, oh, yeah, now I know how to do it, too. I'm very good with, like, observating. That is my favorite way to learn. Just watching somebody do something and figuring it out on my own. That's, like, my art is all self-taught. I don't, like, watch a ton of tutorials unless I'm looking for a very specific technique or, like, a software thing I don't understand. Other than that, though, I don't really watch art tutorials. I just find stuff that I want to try to draw and do my best with it. Jerma985 is a scout from Team Fortress 2. Oh, is the scout from Team Fortress? Really? I was not aware of that. I'm not a straight A student. I'm a pansexual A student. I love that. Oh my goodness. Visual on-hand learner. That's me. I also have a photographic memory too. So that is another reason why I'm a much better visual learner than anything else. I had a speech impediment. Rolling R's were hard, still is, but not very noticeable. I also had a speech impediment. I used to stutter a lot. I don't really stutter anymore, but, like, something that you'll notice on live stream is if you ever hear me, like, just kind of stop talking mid-sentence, it's because I felt like I might have stuttered. I was about to stutter a word, and I just stop. I just stop and I reset myself mentally. Because at least for me, the stutters occur when I think. I try to talk as fast as I can think. That's when I start to stutter, because then I'm like, I haven't even completed my thought yet, and I've already got, like, I'm looking for the next word. So I start tripping up on, like, what I'm supposed to be saying. I'm a B student. B is for bisexual. Oh, wait, now I gotta think of one for myself. I'm an all F student for fantastically female. I'm a D student for being dyslexic. Me, I like to immerse myself on what I'm learning. Yes, me too. God, oh, you should have seen me a couple of months ago when I was getting into the pyramids. I got really into Egyptology for a while. I'm still into Egyptology now, but it's, like, not as, like, focused as I was a couple of months ago. Then, before that, it was black holes, and I was just absolutely fascinated by, like, how black holes work. So I just ended up watching just so many episodes of PBS Space Time. Miss Rain is a C student for Cat Girl. Listen, I fluctuate between C to F, so I go from, you know, F for female and C for cat girl. Always average Rainy. That's what they used to call me. A is for asexual. Do you know how many people in my life Okay, alright. So, like, obviously I didn't always identify as asexual. I've only recently come out as ace. Prior to that, I was demisexual. And that label probably made more sense prior to my accident. I go around now, I remember I just recently told somebody IRL that I know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm asexual now. And they didn't even know what that was. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't do that anymore. And they looked at me like I have like 5 heads. And they're like, what? Really? And I'm like, well, I mean, I was hit by a truck. What do you kind of expect? I mean, considering the extent of my injuries, yeah. B is for bees. I like bees. Not wasp, though. I hate wasps. Bees are fine. I'm cool with bees. Especially bumblebees. I love bumblebees. Has anybody ever seen what a bumblebee nest looks like? Oh my god. They're like the golden retrievers of the bee world. They're so adorable. And their nests are so cute. Hold on. Wait. We gotta find a bumblebee nest. Hold on. Wait. You have to see them. They're so adorable looking. Oh, if you are somebody who has a fear of, like, tiny holes, before I pull a picture of this up, like, I can't remember the name of that, like, fear, but if you have a, a fear of tiny holes, this is your warning, because I'm about to put a photo up of a bee nest that has lots of holes in it. So, if you have that fear, look away, or just pause the live stream, or fast forward it, or just step away for a minute, grab a drink, but I'm about to show a bumblebee nest. I'm trying to find one that doesn't have a bunch of holes in it. This one looks good. I don't want to trigger anybody's phobias or anything, if I can avoid it. But it's kind of hard because, you know, it's a bumblebee nest. Alright, let's go over here. Yes, we got it. And I'll pull it up. That is what a bumblebee nest looks like. It is so cute. It's just these random balls. They just build it randomly, like, however they want. Trypophobia. Thank you. And like I said, I tried to reduce it as much. This was the best one I could find that didn't really have a lot of the little tiny holes in it. Bumblebees are famous for playing with spheres, and I respect. Yes, but now you can see why, though, right? This is why it's in their nature to do that. And if you've ever seen them fly around, they are so dopey. They look like they're drunk all the time. I absolutely love. They're so cute. And they're very good-natured. Unless you're, like, specifically messing with a bumblebee, the odds of you, like, getting in trouble with one are very small. They're just gonna basically ignore you. Ballsy. They sure are. Those bumblebees sure are ballsy. Rain? What's your phobia? Mine is needles. Okay, so things that Rain is afraid of. Rain is ironically afraid of the dark. Not that I'm scared. Not that I won't go into dark places. I'll even go into, like, a dark cave. I'll go into an all-dark room. I won't sleep in an all-dark room, though. I will not sleep there. That's, like, where I draw the line, right? I have a nightlight. It is incredibly bright. I sleep with my little fake fireplace on every night. I have, like, LED strips in my room, like pink LED strips. I have this skylight thing that projects, like, a big purple, like, galaxy thing on my ceiling that stays on all night. I sleep with that on all night. If I wake up in the middle of the night and that thing is off, I turn it on immediately again. Fun fact, father is super asexual, and I only realized that being asexual is not the standard in high school. Always thought there was something wrong with me for not being asexual. I mean, that's actually a very interesting perspective. I kind of went the other way with that. So, like, for me personally, when I was like kind of like coming of age and, you know, going through the whole birds and bees things myself, right? Like I saw all my peers coupling up and like getting into relationships and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I got to do that too, right? Like, even though I like probably wasn't really genuinely interested in doing that, I didn't want to be like left out because I was already like unpopular and people didn't like me. And I'm like, well, I don't want to get left behind by my peers. So I started trying to like, it just started going up to like just basically like random girls and just be like, I like you. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yes, I like you. Do you want to be my girlfriend? And they'd be like, absolutely not. And I'm like, oh. And that's how it worked for a really long time. But hey, I will tell you this. If you ask enough people if they want to be your girlfriend, one of them will eventually say yes. Law of averages. It was so good to have you here. I hope you get some good rest. Have a wonderful evening, my friend. Sleep more than I did. I thought it was normal to not feel sexual attraction around early adolescence. Just forgot about it. Like I said, I had a lot of peer pressure. Not like that my peers were pressuring me to do it, but just by proxy, just by like observation. I was just like, well, this has to be like a thing I need to do, right? I never needed to couple up. I've been dating the same person since 8th grade. Oh, wow. Huge respect. All right. So getting a little personal, but I've had 2 serious relationships in my entire life. The first one was for 10 years and the second one was for 5. I know, that's going to be shocking to some folks. Sleep well, unknown. It was good to have you here. I'll tag you later in the Discord, I promise. Because I felt like that was normal, I only made an arrow flag 1 year later and it cracked. Long time? Yeah, that was a very long relationship. Very long relationship. Taught me a lot about myself in the long run. A lot of self-reflecting after that one. A lot of self-reflecting. A lot of self-reflecting. It was not a great relationship. It started off okay, and then it just deteriorated more and more over the 10 years. And when you're with somebody that long, right, you can't just leave them, even if things are bad, right? Like, you can't just pull apart 10 years of connectivity with somebody. It's not something you just do overnight. When I left that relationship, I'm just deciding if I'd like how much of it I actually want to say. Okay, so without getting into like the super specific details, the relationship was pretty verbally abusive. And I remember getting into an argument with them. And this was like one of the last big fights that we had. It was over the phone. And they're like, you know what? I'm just so sick of you, Rain. Why don't you just get the hell out and just leave? And I hung up the phone on them because I was mad. And then I just sat there and I thought about it and I was like, they just told me I could leave. That's an option. I could just leave now. I could just they don't want me here. So what I did is I texted my former best friend at the time, and as my new best friend, if anybody's curious. But at the time, my former best friend, and I was like, hey, things are really bad here. Can I come stay with you? And they were like, yeah, absolutely, no problem. Yeah, I guess that wasn't a serious thing. Because, when they got home, they saw that I had packed up all my stuff, like, into a suitcase. Like, all my clothes. I didn't take, like, obviously, like, all my stuff with me, right? But I grabbed what I needed to get out of there. And I went to work. And they showed up at my work and tried to start an argument with me in front of all the customers and in front of my boss. And my boss sent me home because of it. And even when I was leaving there and going through the parking lot, I had to get into my car, like, while they were following me and trying to, like, get the keys away from me so that I can't even drive away. And then I went over to my friend's house, and that was that. And there's a lot of detail I skimped out on there just for the sake of, like, just not making the story, like, really depressing. A lot of detail is missing from that. But, like, that's the Cliff Notes version. I feel sad because I like girls, but I feel like I'm homophobic because I always said I don't like girls in a straight way, but I also feel so... That kind of confusion... Oh, okay. So when I first coming out as trans, somebody brought up to me, like, internal transphobia that I may have against my own self. I'm not sure if that's 100% related to what you're talking about, Zookeeper, but, you know, that's just something that, unfortunately, you'll have to do a lot of self-reflecting on and make a decision. But remember, you're not making decisions on, like, how you feel about other folks for other people's sake. Remember that you're making decisions for yourself. And it's okay to change your position on things, right? Because I used to be demisexual and now I identify as asexual, right? So it's okay to change. Change is not always a bad thing. In fact, I'd argue it's a good thing. Finally, beat the return of Scenic Pond. I'm back with another oh god, you gotta be careful with those. Anomaly DLC is done kicking my butt. What did I miss, chat? Oh, we've just been goofing around, talking about stuff. I just told a quick story about, like, one of my previous relationships. Me, when I felt like I was attracted to men, but I didn't want to be with them like I was. I mean, and it's okay to change your position on that, like I said. Like, right now, I identify as lesbian, right? But let's be really realistic about, like, my like, sexual orientation. I'm not really interested in relationships, and I'm definitely not interested in doing anything physical with anybody. So, like, if you're really asking my opinion, I'm, like, kind of almost the opposite of pansexual. I'm just, like, not really interested in anybody like that. So, you know, that's why I ended up switching it over to Ace. And as far as, like, the demi-romantic aspect of it, I mean, I think that's always just been true for me. I've just always been demi-romantic. Like, there are things that I get emotional about, and I would prefer a relationship with somebody, like, where I could be close with them, but without the physical stuff. But, like, that's harder to find than you think. So, you know, but like I said, I'm not even interested in relationships right now anyways. I'm still working on me. The one last thing I'll say, and the other reason why I'm not, like, ready for a relationship yet, is because the power dynamic in my past two relationship was where I was, like, the lower one in the relationship. I do not want to get in another relationship where I'm not at least on equal footing with my partner, or that I put myself in a position where I couldn't, like, I'm, like, dependent on them entirely. And that's not to say you shouldn't depend on your your partner, but it's like I've had my arm twisted way too many times in my life by other people trying to keep me somewhere they wanted me to be and I didn't want to be there. And I'm done with it. I don't want to do that anymore. Like, there's compromise, and then there's giving up, like, entire parts of yourself just to make somebody else happy. And that's what I ended up doing in that relationship, was just basically completely changing myself just to accommodate them and make them happy, because they were so unreasonable with their, like, demands that if I didn't do that, it would just be worse. And that's how they got what they wanted. It's like, you're gonna do it this way, or I'm just gonna make you miserable until you do. Hi, Lillian. Welcome to the stream. I did not give up myself, probably. So here's the thing. Going through that relationship and compromising as much as I did on my own integrity, I gotta say that I kind of wish I didn't do that. But I know the reasons why I did. And I just wanted to feel safe with somebody. You know, I just gotten out of the military. My life was like a mess. They offered to help me and like help take care of me, and they showed genuine interest in me. And like I said, when we first were together, the relationship was pretty decent. It wasn't perfect, right? But it's like, you know, I didn't see that coming, right? Like, if you told me at the start of the relationship, you know, 10 years later, it would have been a disaster, I wouldn't have even believed it myself. But, you know, ended up being true. All right, so it looks like it's been another hour. Give me a minute. I'm going to go get some more water. This is a good opportunity for anybody to get a refill themselves. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. We're getting into summer soon, so it's getting hot out there. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I saw that. Who sent in the membership gifts? Hold on, let me get my thing reconfigured real quick. And let's get the avatar back on stream. I'm back, floating away today. Cutie, you always do this when I go on break. Head pats in the chat. Thank you so much for the membership gifts. Especially send head pats if you're one of the folks that got one. I cannot believe it's 11 o'clock already. Trust me, you either are or aren't, and 99.5% of trans people don't go to such a Oh. Wait, that was in context of something else I must have missed on break. The ending of Anomaly is probably the hardest thing in RimWorld. At least other endings you can give up and just not proceed if you're overwhelmed. I very rarely try to go for an ending. I'm just so, like, I just love building and, like, keeping the base going for as long as I can. Like, I know there are endings that you can get. I just kind of not interested in that. Okay, so I have some commentary, and correct me if I'm wrong on the context here. The only way I can kind of relate to, like, what Christo and possibly what Zookeeper said, but I still can't find, like, what was being replied to. Because I had put on the toxic masculinity mask on for so many years of my life, breaking through that mask and trying to come out as trans, like, when I first was doing it, I was like, you're a faker. You're a faker. You're a big old faker. Look at you, faker, in the mirror. You're never going to be a girl. Right? Like, I used to be really mean to myself. I was really mean to myself. I hated it. It got so bad. It got so bad when I was first transitioning, I actually taped up pieces of paper over my mirror. So, like, I could only see, like, the parts of my face that I needed to see, and I would just peel the tape back and, like, the paper back and fold it if I needed to see certain parts of my face. But I really tried to avoid, like, even looking at myself. I'm addicted to Monster energy drinks and shrimp burgers from McDonald's. We don't have shrimp burgers, as far as I'm aware. I haven't had a toxic masculinity thing, but looking back due to pressure, I went agender and a-pronoun. I thought I was, like... I thought I was an NB for, like, literally maybe, like... I don't know, maybe a couple days at best, but as soon as I tried the girl mode on, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. I actually had this conversation with somebody IRL, because they're like, how did you figure this out? Because you've always been, like, you know, like, do you know how many people IRL have told me, like, of all the people I met, I never expected you to be trans? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Trust me. But I'm like, the moment I tried being who I really was for the first time, I was like, holy shit, I lied to myself my entire life. I'm still lying to myself right now. Like, oh my god, like, this is who I really am. It feels so right. And that actually felt wrong. I actually went on my private alt at that time. The first time I ever tried to be Rain. The first thing I did is I went back to my, like, cisgender private alt account on my social media. And I literally wrote the words, I shouldn't be allowed to be this happy. So, at least for me, once I finally put the shoe on and found it fit and it felt so good, at least, like, then I could come to terms with it, right? But I was in so much denial, I didn't even want to admit it at all. I was very deep in the closet. Very, very, very deep in the closet. Wait, did I tell you all about the thing when I was looking at apartments like a month ago? And the lady like was showing me this one place. And she's like, we have a walk-in closet. Would you like to step inside? I said to her, oh, no, thanks. I just got out of the closet. She had like the most nervous laugh I've ever heard. Oh, it was great. Same when I first wore a skirt. It wasn't clothing that did it for me. It was just being, just being me. Well, like, here's the thing. It wasn't even, like, it still felt really awkward that first time. But it was good to finally break through that and finally break that barrier down and go, you know, it's not weird to feel this way. It's not weird to want to be a girl. It's not weird to have these thoughts, right? Like, stop overcorrecting everything, right? That was like one of my biggest issues. It's like the male toxicity, like, was like, I can't even eat cupcakes. That's too girly. You can't have anybody think I'm a girl for eating this sweet, delicious pink cupcake. Wouldn't want them to think I'm gay or something. It was ridiculous, like I said, and I went to ridiculous, like, lengths to, like, prove I'm a man. And I was definitely, like, one of those toxic assholes from before. I was like, are you questioning my manliness? I've literally verbatim said that line to someone before. God, I was such a toxic prick. How dare you call my manliness into question? I will prove to you how manly I am by becoming a cat girl. Anyway, so those were my issues. Good evening, welcome to the stream. I see you there. Faye was same. I mean, at least y'all understand where I'm coming from there, right? Like, and I didn't do it to, like, I just, like, I don't even know why I do it. Now I'm thinking back, right? And it's just like, why did I do all of that? Well, I kind of know why. It's, like, mostly because of my dad. Oh, yep, a surprise there. Rain has dad issues. I envy people with strong gender euphoria. I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly. It's not a daily thing, but like I said, my dysphoria has flipped to, like, become very infrequent. I don't look at the mirror anymore, and I'm, like, immediately jarred by, like, the reflection. I kind of am starting to appreciate the way I look, even if it's not perfect. Damn, the trans propaganda might be working on me. Oh, my dad. I've brought him up a few times. He's, not a great person. I remember growing up, too. And he used to say shit to my mom all the time and be like, you ain't raising those two right. They're too girly. And it's like, where the hell are you? I haven't seen you in, like, 2 years. And your first, like, comment to me is a criticism about my, like, behavior. Maybe my father is trans. Maybe he's just toxically masculine, too. That would be hilarious. I'd laugh my ass off. I wouldn't believe him, though. I would never believe that happened. If that actually happened, I would eat my own socks. I'm not even joking. I'll fry them up in a frying pan. I'll deep fry them. I'll bread them, and I will take a bite. I will eat humble pie on that if that ever actually happens. Hi, Miss Pamela. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you there. I'm glad I don't have to think about mine. Yeah, I haven't seen him in, God, it's got to be over 10 years now. It's been a long, I've been long removed from his life. He has nothing to do with me. He has no idea where I am. He doesn't even know my new real name. Like, he knows my name is Rain now, and that's about it. He doesn't know anything else about me. He doesn't even know, I don't think he even knows about my accident. If he does, I don't even know if he knows I'm disabled. I don't even know if he knows I'm in a wheelchair or not. He probably doesn't. And he probably doesn't give a shit either, if I'm being real about it. It's just not his problem. And, like, the worst part about, like, him is, like, he has money. A decent amount of it, too. And it's like, of all the people that should have helped me, it should have been him. And nope, not a single, not a card, not a get well soon card, not a phone call, nothing. Nothing. Got nothing from Dad. Not even an offer to, like, help, like, get me some medical equipment or anything. Nothing. Nothing. Just left me high and dry. That makes him one of the worst human beings I've ever met in my life. Now, I get it. It's very personal, right? Because I'm personally scorned. But it's like, if you have a child, irregardless if you love them or not, if they are that badly injured, you would at least care if they are going to do okay or not, right? You would at least take some kind of interest. My mother and I were fighting at the time, and she still cared more about my well-being back then than even my father, who obviously clearly couldn't even care in even, like, the most minor of capacities. Because people be jumping and celebrating from things like affirming clothes. Then there are people like me who feel that was nice, but nothing earth-shattering. Like, for the clothing thing, like, I actually had more fear about wearing girls' clothes than, I'm not sure, I like, a lot of girls said that they put on, like, girls' clothes, and they felt affirmed by it, and I felt more, like, I think it was just more of, like, the social, like, aspect of it. I was just really uncomfortable. And, like, the biggest fear I had was, like, somebody... Because, like, again, I still had short hair back then, right? And I just started HRT. So I had a lot of, like, angular features on my face still. My biggest fear was that somebody was going to walk up to me, like, some guy was going to walk up to me and be like, dude, why are you wearing a bra? That was my biggest fear. Like, somebody's just gonna randomly call me out, just be like, why are you wearing a bra to the store? That's super weird. Now, nobody has ever commented on anything that I've really worn outside, other than, like, my hoodie with, like, my drawing on it and stuff. Nobody cares. But, like, that was, like, my huge fear. And that's what made me, like, uncomfortable to put clothing on for the first time. Once I got over that fear, I felt comfortable, but kind of like what was mentioned, it wasn't like an earth-shattering thing for me. It wasn't like, oh my God, this feels so good. I just enjoy it. I like girls' clothes better, but it's not like, oh my God, like, this particular skirt, like, makes me feel very euphoric. Like, I don't have that strong of a connection to it. I know why my father is the way he is. It's hard to be mad at someone if you know the way they think. I mean, if you have some understanding there, that's a good thing. My father's a coward, and he won't even bother to explain himself. So, like, the way I'll put it to, like, out there is like, I don't even think he would sit down and have a proper conversation with me about the truth. About the truth. No lies. No made-up stories. No hiding your past, because I've looked it up, Father. I know all the details. Why don't you just sit down and have an honest conversation with your transgender daughter? And he won't do that. I know he won't, because he's a coward. My mom sure is interesting. Read previous message. Hold on, let me jump back up there. Christo. My mom literally said that if she were reborn, she would be a man. Multiple times. One of my exes says that a lot. She has said it multiple times to me. And I've brought up to her about possibly being NB and maybe even trans themselves. And they're like, nope. Not trans. Not an NB. I just want to be reborn as a man in my next life. And I'm like, okay. I mean, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I gave them reading material. They read it. That's what I needed to do there. She doesn't like women's clothes. Oh my god, same with the person that I'm talking about right now. I literally brought that up during the course of our conversation, and I'm just like, you know, the only reason I bring up the NB thing is because you never wear women's clothes. And they literally said to me, I wear women's clothes. And there was like a 30-second pause. And they're like, sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen you like wear a skirt like once. Maybe. And it was like for like a special event. I mean, they might have some feelings there. It's hard to say. Here's the thing about at least the person I'm talking about. Culturally speaking, I understand their cultural background. That is probably playing a very huge factor in it. There's probably a lot there that I don't even understand myself that they have to deal with. Chores, housework? I mean, I've always found that kind of stuff to be gender neutral. I always hated the phrase women's work. Ugh. That used to drive me crazy. One of my friends used to say stuff like that, too. I'm not friends with them anymore, obviously. But one of my former friends used to say crap like, I'm not gonna wash the dishes. That's women's work. And it's like, you'd still dirty the dishes. You're a human being, right? Like, you're capable of making a mess. You can clean up after yourself. Like, what the hell? Frickin' slob. Bye, Rain. I'm gonna go to sleep. Finally! I don't know how you'll sleep with, like, 4 Monster Energy drinks in your system, but good luck, cutie. It was good to have you here. My grandpa says that? Oh, God. Cleaning up after yourself should be an everyone... Yes. And I do want to, like, throw this asterisk out there, though, like, I want to be careful when I say stuff like that, because there are people who are suffering from depression right now, and I am all too familiar with having, like, and I'm not going to out anybody, right, but, like, there are folks who suffer from depression, and they let things pile up, in a bad way. That is not what I'm talking about here, just to be entirely clear about it. Right? I'm talking about, like, if you're perfectly capable of taking care of yourself and you just don't because laziness, unwillingness, or you just think that it's somebody else's responsibility, just to be entirely clear about that. We are removing mental health issues from this equation, and I'm just specifically talking about people who should know better or be capable of doing better. Listen, depression piles happen. They even happen to regular folks. Everybody gets overwhelmed. Everybody gets sick or has a couple of bad days, right? And things start piling up. Things get dirty. Clothes get left on the floor. Bed gets left unmade. Dishes go unwashed, right? That's normal. When you have severe depression, that can escalate into, like, very severe issues. High-functioning depression, totally love having it. I am starting to get through mine. It has taken me several years. Head pats for everybody. We've all been through the ringer in our own way. And that's one thing I do want to say, because a lot of folks I talk to, right, a lot of people are afraid to bring up their own issues with me because they think that my issues are, like, more serious than theirs. Listen, trauma affects all of us. Trauma doesn't discriminate, right? Like, your issue can be equally traumatic to mine and be completely different and have, like, a completely set of different circumstances. If it traumatized you, it's a bad thing. It doesn't matter what the situation was, right? And the same with, like, medical issues too. Some people are just like, oh, well, I only, like, have, like, a mental disability, for example. And it's like, that's still a disability. Just because mine is a physical one doesn't make yours any lesser. It still, like, impacts our lives in bad ways. In a lot of ways, Zookeeper, mine did also, but I like to think that I came out as a better person overall than he ever will be. I am a stronger woman than he ever will be a strong man. No matter what he says, no matter how much money he makes, or how hard he tries to lie to prove it to people, I'm always going to be a better woman than he was a man. Never compare trauma or depression or anything. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't be comparing it to mine. Like, I've had some things that are, like, just, like, I've had a lot of, like, life experience, right? So it's like, I think some people forget, right? Especially the younger folks that I talk to that are, like, in their 20s, right? And it's like, you have to remember, I've been around, in some cases, like 10, 15, 20 years longer than you have, right? So it's like, don't let that be a factor either, right? Just because you've had less time to experience bad things doesn't make your bad things that you've gone through any lesser. Right? This could be the first bad thing you're experiencing, and it's still bad. It's still a nightmare. It's not any lesser because this is your first rodeo. You win in the end by succeeding despite people who try to pull you down to their level. Anna and I are all too familiar with that. I have a bad habit of doing that. I'm 16. That over time, you know. Listen, when I was 16 years old too, like, I was a very different person. I was very different. You're going to change a lot over time. By the time you're 26, you're going to be a completely different person. By the time you're 36, you're going to be a different person. By the time you're 46, you're going to be a different person. You're going to change over the course of decades. You are not going to be the same person that you are today. I promise you that. I don't know what direction you'll change, but you will change. Change is inevitable. Change is good. I should get back to expanding my factory. Oh, God. All of you have been bringing up Factoria so much recently. Now I want to play it. I might set that up. Maybe I'll set something up for that. Not that I want to get into another game, but maybe a little. Every 5 years, you'll be different. I mean, just think about it biologically speaking. Like, every couple of years, all the cells in your body get replaced, so you're technically a new person. The version of you that existed as a child doesn't exist anymore. They've been completely replaced by what you are today. In the span of 10 years, every cell in your body gets replaced. By the time I get to middle age, I'm hoping that I am as girl as I can possibly be going into my older ages. That's like my mad dash over the next like 10 years, is to make sure that I am as girl as possible for like, so when I finally hit that middle age bracket, my body is as ready as it can be to handle that. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm already in the middle age bracket. Why even bother lying to myself? If stuff stays the same, I probably won't have to compare current self to my 26 self, since I won't be one. Oh, yeah, sorry. I don't know if I fully understood what you said there, Christo. You don't stop transitioning even if, it's a lifelong process. I'm so different from myself from 3 years ago. It's crazy. And here's the thing too, if you really take us, because I've done this recently. I was looking at some of my peers and considering if there's some folks I wanted to talk to again from my, from my old life. I decided not to talk to any of them, but I was looking at their online social media profiles, and it's like everything's the same. They have not changed at all. At least on surface. On paper, they haven't, right? I'm sure they have, right? But like their lives all feel so samey to me. And it's like, I'm not even the same gender. I don't do the same kind of work I used to do. I'm disabled now, right? Like, there's just so much that's changed. And we're only really talking since, like, 2022. All right, we're getting up to about 3 hours, and I'm just going to be real with everybody. I'm starting to get, like, a migraine, probably from not sleeping well last night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get myself some proper lunch. I'm going to do some self-care, probably take a shower, get myself cleaned up properly, and then probably take a nap like I should have. But before I go, I do like to say a very special thank you to everybody who's been so supportive recently, especially this month, especially with all the things that happened recently. It has been overwhelming. I know I keep coming out here and thanking you all every single time. I'm not going to stop doing it. You get used to it. Get used to me thanking you from the bottom of my heart every single chance I get, because you all have had so many major impacts on my life, and I can't imagine being anywhere else but with all of you. But with all of that out of the way, thank you all so much for joining me for this live stream, and I hope everyone out there has a wonderful day.